I was thinking, because we've seen Freddy versus Jason, and we've had comics where they throw in Pinhead and Ash from Evil Dead. What we got to get the little people in. We've got to get Leprechaun versus Chucky. And I don't know who owns them.
Could you tell me a little bit about Leprechaun? Because I don't know much. I know about Chucky is the killer doll. Explain to me a little bit about Leprechaun.
Okay, follow me here, because this gets weird. Yeah. The Leprechaun franchise is basically Warwick Davis, known for Wicket the Ewok or Willow and such. He plays a leprechaun. He's a killer leprechaun, and he is the only thing that can kill him is a 4-leaf clover. And he has a few weaknesses. If you throw a shoe at him, he has to shine it.
Really?
Yes, and you can also just lock him in a box and he can't get out.
So if you lured him into a shoe store, he'd presumably be there for hours and hours just polishing every shoe.
Exactly. He'd have to just compulsively shine all of the shoes. And wow. he's always looking for his gold, the gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
And if you take it, he will find you and he will kill you.
I've got the last gold coin. I swallowed it. It's in my stomach.
Then it's your belly I want. How's your leg?
Ow! Sir, you okay?
And what happened was that it got a few sequels. Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3. Then for Leprechaun 4, they did what every good horror franchise does. They go into space.
Hold that for me, will you, lad? Make way for the king!
And the plot involves a bunch of space marines. One of them gets gonorrhea. I'm not making a word of this up. And then afterwards they go into space. You just think, where can you go after space? Like, space is the final frontier.
Do they go to hell?
No. They go to a worse place. They go to the hood. Leprechaun 5 is called Leprechaun, in the hood.
Oh my God.
I come from the land of the Irish Spring. Dublin's the place where I learned my thing. From the Emerald Isle to your place in the hood, I'm the man of green, come to do no good.
Bandit. Are you making this up?
I'm not making a word of this up.
And is it still supposed to be scary at this point, or is it like it's supposed to be kind of a comedy?
It's always been horror comedy, but this just goes full on into comedy. So after you've gone to the hood, because there's more, where do you go after you've been to space and you've been to the hood?
I can't even imagine where you go from there.
You go back to the hood. Leprechaun 6 is called Leprechaun, back to the hood.
Come on!
Give that back.
This franchise just went off the rails. But if you have Leprechaun, get Warwick Davis back in the suit.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's up for it. He's Professor Flitwick in Harry Potter. Yeah. He doesn't mind extensive makeup and stuff. And then have him up against Chucky. I think you've got a really
Which is a doll who has the soul of a serial killer in it, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I don't need to explain this one to you.
I'm Chucky, wanna play?
This one, he doesn't go to the hood or to space. He gets married and has a kid.
You know, if I had known that marriage was such a great gig, I would have never have waited this long to tie a knot. Tiff? Those dishes aren't gonna wash themselves, you know. What are you doing?
And if you just have these two characters just fighting each other,
Yeah.
then, you know, it's not like a King Kong Godzilla, like, oh, one's like 100 feet tall. No, these are like, they're an even playing field.
Welcome to the Star Wars Mega Review, where we don't just review the movie itself, but we also look at the things that went on behind the scenes that made the movie what it was.
I manage action and cut and faster and more intense. And then mostly I sit there looking miserable and quiet.
And Star Wars The Phantom Menace, where do we even begin talking about this?